The new level for this release is the docks, which sort of ties back to our new prime asset, Franco Barbi, who's a, gangster coming out of New Orleans originally. We knew we wanted to give a character a gun, so we got the sort of sawed-off shotgun. If you're trying to come up with somebody who fixates on guns, and so we ended up with a big, violent bait.
You crying about?
The ranged weapon is basically the first time an enemy can attack you from a distance. Normally, the enemies will always have to reach you, but this time, Franco can shoot you on sight.
The gameplay in the docks should teach you how to refine heroin.
Initially, when we shipped the game, we had multiple programs, which are sort of like chapters with trials in them. With the revamp, we're keeping Genesis, but now it only focuses on the major trials. And then we have the trials board, which is going to be refreshing more regularly. And this is where the weekly programs are going to be, or the events. But I would say the biggest change is that we now have difficulty settings for each trial.
Every trial that we create has a certain DNA in it that will overlap from one map to another. Like, for example, our standards of placing certain ingredients, whether that be items, hide spots, AIs. You will see some objectives that have returned, but there'll be a bit of a twist on them. Maybe you'll be pushing a cart, but this time you can add and remove stuff to the cart. You might have seen a certain device being used in other maps, but in this map, you'll be using that device to potentially solve a puzzle.
We have a new rig, the barricade. This is a new tool for players to be able to block their pursuers or to use it in a defensive or even offensive mode, so players are going to be able to block doors. So it should be a fun tool to use in order to complete your objectives. Arm wrestling was very much of a revelation for us. We saw that a lot of players enjoy spending a lot of time in the facility. The game that we've decided to put this time is the Stroop test, which is kind of a more psychological test between two players. The task system is a new layer on top of when the players are playing and doing their trials. Now Murkoff is going to be demanding players to accomplish some, and as a reward, they're going to earn the currency that they can then spend in the catalogs.
We're always going to be putting out new cosmetics, like ways that players can kind of customize their reagents. Because I think there's also an interesting relationship between players and reagents. Like it's half a skin that you put on, but it's also half kind of like a pet.
One of the most popular features of the game is Mention Escape, the final trial. So with this update, we're improving it, changing it, and then it's going to be following up on a brand new ending that's going to be giving more information about the Murkoff facility and the Murkoff world.
The team is also super proud of the final moment in the docks map. It's going to make your stomach turn. It's going to be good.
Don't you fucking look.